بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على حبيبنا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Welcome everybody. Another week, another lesson. Lesson number 3. Walillah alhamd. We are progressing slowly but surely. Alhamdulillah. So there's a little bit of delay of starting today, but no problem, inshallah. Let's dive right into this juicy lesson. If anybody has any questions regarding last week's assignment or any questions pertaining to any of the previous lessons we've took, lesson 1 and 2, please feel free to ask, inshallah. I'm going to share my screen with you guys now. Bismillah. Okay, screen is being shared. Okay, so lesson 3 is a little bit more of a lengthy lesson. Inshallah, we're going to try to cover it all today, bi'idhnillahi azza wa jal, because the goal of this course, of course, is to benefit first and foremost and not rush through things, but we also want to try to complete this book during this course with the maximum amount of benefit and hoping that you'll retain everything, inshallah. Okay, so yeah, nobody has a question about anything previously. Okay, no worries, inshallah. If something comes to mind, I am here and waiting for you to ask, inshallah. So last class we covered the demonstrative pronouns. We went over that, and I gave you some extra demonstrative pronouns because you will eventually learn those in the future. We also went over the case sheet and the indefinite and definite. When a word has an alif and lam attached to it, then there's no nunation. So meaning you wouldn't say al-kitabun, you would say al-kitabu. And if it didn't have the alif and lam there, then the nunation exists, kitabun, okay? So that's pretty much where we are at. So Brother Nisar, I see that you're asking a question, inshallah. Let's see what you're having to say. I'm not sure. I think maybe if you expand the Zoom window, then those options should appear for you, inshallah. Okay, hopefully that works. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Okay. Okay, so here we are, lesson 3. Actually, first of all, let's see who is in the class today. Okay. Aiden, Aya, Claire, Nisar. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bikum. Welcome to the class, mashallah. Okay, so lesson 3. Here we're going to get into what we've already mentioned before. This is why I wanted to mention it on numerous occasions, because when we get to it, then it's something familiar. So here in this lesson, this part of the lesson, we're going to go over an-nakira wal-ma'rifa. An-nakira, which is indefinite, and al-ma'rifa, which is definite, okay? So what makes a word indefinite? When it doesn't have the alif and lam attached to it, and it has the nunation, right? Kitabun. So that's an-nakira. An-nakira, indefinite. And al-ma'rifa, definite. So when it has the alif and lam attached to it, the alif and lam, then it is considered al-ma'rifa, definite, okay? So here we're going to learn that, okay? So here we are. I'll expand or zoom in on the lesson here. So here we are, baytun. Baytun. Is that definite or indefinite? Who can tell me that? Baytun. Who can tell me if this is definite or indefinite? Anybody? Inshallah. Baytun. The word baytun. Is it definite or indefinite? Okay. Indefinite. Okay, good job, Aya. Okay, so Aya said it's indefinite. So it's indefinite. Why? Because you see the nunation And there's no alif and lam there, and the nunation is another hint that gives it away, right? The fact that there is no alif and lam, that's one sign, and then there's the nunation un or an or in, then you're like, oh, okay, then that's indefinite. So al-baytu, the nunation is gone now because the existence of the alif and lam are there, which makes the word definite. So the alif and lam is kind of like, you know, the soldier or something saying like no to the nunation. Okay, not allowed. You're not allowed to be here, right? So al-baytu. So qalamun, indefinite. Nakira, nakira is indefinite in Arabic. Al-qalamu, nunation is gone now because the alif and lam is there. So, and this is al-ma'rifa, al-ma'rifa, definite. Kitabun, al-kitabu. Jamalun, al-jamalu. Okay. Al-qalamu, maksurun. Al-qalamu maksurun. So al-qalamu, not al-qalamun. This is definite, okay, and ma'rifa, and this is indefinite, maksurun, okay. Al-babu, definite. Al-ma'rifa, no nunation. Maftuhun, the door is open, okay. Al-waladu jalisun. Al-waladu, so just because the alif and lam, no nunation. Jalisun, okay, the boy is sitting. Wal-mudarrisu waqifun, and the teacher is what? Standing, opposite of sitting, right? Now, al-kitabu jadidun, the book is new. Al-kitabu, not al-kitabun. Wal-qalamu, wal-qalamu qadimun, and the pen is old, okay. Al-himaru saghirun, the donkey, right here, look, the donkey is small, saghirun, okay. Wal-hisanu, and the horse, kabirun. So pay attention to the alif and lam, and there's no nunation, okay. Then you see the words saghirun, kabirun, there's no alif and lam, so then there's a nunation, okay. So like, for example, if we said al-himaru saghiru, as-saghiru, if we said that, then that would mean the small donkey, and then we would need a predicate. We would need a khabar to what about the small donkey, right? So, but that if as-saghir had an alif and lam attached to it, then the nunation would go away, right? Al-kursiyu maksurun, okay? The chair is broken. Al-kursiyu maksurun, okay? The chair is broken. Alif and lam, no nunation. No alif and lam, nunation, okay? Al-ma'u baridun, the water is cold. Al-qamaru jamilun, the moon is beautiful. Al-baytu qaribun, the house is near. Wal-masjidu ba'idun, okay? So again, alif and lam, no nunation, no alif and lam, nunation. So this is what we're trying to, as well as learning these new words that we're being introduced to. We'll have the translations of these words below, but the goal here is alif and lam, no nunation, no alif and lam, nunation. This is what we're trying to drill in these lessons right here, or in this lesson right here. Al-hajru thaqilun, the rock is heavy. Wal-waraqu, and the paper is light, okay? Al-labanu harun, the milk is hot, okay? Wal-qamisu nadhifun, and the qamis, the shirt, is clean, okay? Does anybody have any questions regarding this so far? If anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask, inshallah. So I think it's pretty clear. So if a word has an alif and lam attached to it, you will never write the nunation. You never say an, in, or un if it has alif and lam attached to it, because it's definite. So, and then when it's indefinite, nakira, then it would have the nunation, right? Okay, so moving along, so we have a tamarin. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're actually going to go down and come back to this stuff here. We're going to go down and read here. We're going to read this first, and then we're going to come back. So we are doing a couple things in this lesson. We're going to go over, which we have already done, the al-ma'rifa and nakira. So the definite and indefinite, which we just did right now. And we're going to go back, inshallah. And then we're also going to go over what's called al-huruf al-shamsiyya wal-qamariyya, the solar and lunar letters, or the sun and the moon letters in Arabic. Okay, so some words you read right here, like as you see right here, al-baytu, you pronounce the lam when you say this. So you have baytun, and then you say al-baytu or al-masjidu. Okay, but there's certain letters where you skip over the lam. Okay, so for example, in Arabic, fasting is siyam or som. So the sad, it begins with a sad, right? That word. So if you have an alif and lam in front of that letter or that word, you wouldn't say al siyam or al som. You would skip over the lam and say al som or al siyam. Okay. Or another example is salah, prayer, right? You don't say al salah. You say al salah. As-salah. So you skip over the lam. So the al-huruf al-shamsiyya, the solar or the sun letters, you skip over the lam when they're attached to a word that is from the solar or sun letters. And then if the word is or if the word starts with a lunar letter or a moon letter, then it you would read the lam. Okay, so and we're going to learn that, inshallah, here. So here we have for example an-najmu. Here are some more examples of the assimilation of the lam of al to the solar letters. So for example, the noon in an-najmu. So you have najmun, that is star in Arabic. So if you say najmun, but if you put an alif and lam in front of it, you don't say al-najmu. You say an-najmu, an-najmu. You skip over the lam when reading. Okay, in writing, of course, you write the lam, but when you pronounce it, you skip over the lam. Okay, so rajulun is man in Arabic. So if you add an alif and lam to that, you don't say al-rajulu, you say ar-rajulu. Ar-rajulu. So you skip over the lam because the ra is from the solar or sun letters. Okay. Dikun, rooster. You don't say al-diku, you say ad-diku, ad-diku. Okay. As-samaku. So samakatun or samakun, fish, you say as-samaku. As-samaku, not al-samaku, because the sin here is from the solar or sun letters. Okay, so note that the A of L is pronounced only when it is not preceded by another word. So if it is preceded by a word, it is dropped in pronunciation, though it remains in writing. Al-baytu, here A is pronounced, but if it's preceded by a wa, okay, so this is just explained to you here. If there was a wow behind, you would say wal baytu and skip over the aleph. If there was no wow here, you would say This is just a point about when you're reading. So for example, you say al-baytu jamilun. For example, the house is beautiful. But if you had a wow before al-baytu, you wouldn't say wa al-baytu. You would say wal-baytu for the sake of fluidity when you're reading. Okay, so now, so that's the gist of it. Let's go back, inshallah. We'll get into this, the lunar and solar letters, al-huruf al-shamsiyya wal-qamariyya, very soon, inshallah. Just going back to where we left off. Okay, so tamarin. So okay. So here we have اقرأ واكتب. اقرأ واكتب مع ضبط أواخر الكلمات. Okay, so read and write each of the following words, vocalizing its last letter. Okay, so we've just learned if you have a word with no alif and lam, you're gonna have the un sound, the nunation. And if you have a word that has an alif and lam attached to it, it will not have a nunation. Okay, so can I get a volunteer, somebody to read this, inshallah? So we're going. So as you notice, at the end of these words, and they're all consider all of these words. We did the case sheet that I assigned to you guys last week, had the nominative case, the genitive case, and the accusative. So nominative, we said, is marfu'un, and genitive is majrurun, and accusative is mansubun. Okay, so we did that case sheet. So all of these words here, when we're reading them, they're considered marfu' in the nominative case. So they will take an un, meaning they will take an un or an u. Okay, all of these words here, but depending whether there's an alif and lam attached to it or not, that's going to dictate whether it's an un or an u here. Okay, so can I get one volunteer, inshallah? Aiden, Aya, Claire, Nisar, one of you, please. And then actually maybe a couple of volunteers would be great, inshallah. So you'll be reading this word out and you'll have to tell me, is it un or u, depending on whether there's a alif and lam attached to it, inshallah. And this is going to show me that you guys are getting the message with regards to al-ma'rifa, definite, and nakira, indefinite, inshallah. So can I have one of you guys volunteer, inshallah? Nisar, Claire, Aya, Aiden. Nisar, you want to try? Oh. Okay. Okay. Oh, subhanallah. You can still hear me though, at least, right? Inshallah. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Okay. Allahumma musta'an. Sister Claire or Aya, Eden, inshallah. One of you. It's okay to make mistakes. Don't worry about it. Inshallah. Okay. Looks like Brother Nisar is going to leave, or he's left. He's going to try to come back, inshallah. Okay. I'm going to move ahead with this. Nobody's volunteering, inshallah. Okay. So we have here where the idea here is to vocalize the last letter. Okay, we have to figure out if this is masjidun or masjidu. Okay, so is there an alif and lam attached to this word? No. So we know that this is an indefinite word. Indefinite. So it's going to be masjidun. Masjidun. Okay. Here, masjidun. Okay. Al masjidun or al masjidu. Because there's an alif and lam, we're going to say al-masjidu. Al-ma'un or al-ma'u? We're going to say al-ma'u because of the alif and lam here, okay? Ma'un, okay? So masjidun, mosque. Al-ma'u, the water. Ma'un, water, okay? Al-baytu, not al-baytun. There's an alif and lam here. Babun. So al-baytu is what? The house, okay? Babun, not babu. There's no alif and lam here preventing the nunation. So the nunation will exist on this word. It's nakira. It's indefinite. So babun, a door, okay? Qalamun, a pen. Al-qalamu, there's an alif and lam there, so there can be no nunation allowed. Al-qalamu, the pen. So qalamun, a pen. Al-qalamu, the pen. Al-kalbu, the dog. Al-kalbu, not al-kalbun. Kalbun, a dog. So the dog and a dog, or a dog. Qamisun, not qamisu, it's qamisun. So a shirt. Waladun, a boy or a boy. Al-hajaru, al-hajaru, not al-hajarun, al-hajaru. So the rock. Al-waladu, the boy. Himarun, a donkey or a donkey. Al-himaru, the donkey. Al-hisanu, not al-hisanun. Al-hisanu, the horse. Hisanun, a horse. The horse, a horse. So al means it's definite. Al-ma'rifa in Arabic, al-ma'rifa means definite. And hisanun is an-nakira, indefinite. Okay. So inshallah, I think that's really clear for you guys. Okay, can I get a volunteer for this exercise? It's really important that you guys participate and volunteer and step up to the mic, inshallah. Nobody can see you, you're just a voice. It's okay to make mistakes, but this is really important to try to articulate what you're seeing on the screen. It will pay dividends in the end. Trust me. So you know, don't be afraid to step forth and try your best to read. That's how you learn. I said this last class. I was exactly in your shoes at one point, and I was fumbling through reading and everything like that. But you just got to do it. You just got to do it. Dive in, get your feet wet. And yeah, so if you want to swim, you got to get in the water, right? You can't just sit on the shore, right? So I don't know if those words are motivating enough for you to try or not, but I would like you guys to get involved, inshallah. Is anybody brave enough yet? I'm getting a message. I'm guessing, Nisar, you're telling me you still can't figure it out. SubhanAllah. Oh, okay. Okay, you're struggling with the okay, hold on. Allow to talk. Nisar, hold on. Maybe it's from allow to talk. Oh. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I think you gave me, you know.
SubhanAllah. No, usually just automatic. Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay, before. Okay, yeah, so Eden, okay, so this is like kind of the next level, the prerequisite to this course, but please stay and benefit, inshallah. The prerequisite to this course was you know, learning how to read and write the Arabic alphabet. So we did that course. It's available on YouTube. maybe if you're part of the group in WhatsApp, we could post it there for you, inshallah. Walks you through the steps of learning how to read and write the Arabic alphabet. So yeah, so we did that for about 8 or 9 weeks before Ramadan. And then this was kind of like that was a stepping stone to this course. Okay, so you could benefit from that on the side, inshallah, to help get you up to speed, inshallah. But if you're part of the group on WhatsApp, please let me know, inshallah, and reach out to me anytime if you need some help or something. Now, okay, so we have this exercise here. Iqra waktub. Iqra, read. It's a command. Read, waktub, and write. That's a command. Okay, so here we have, they're just drilling in to you about the alif and lam, how there's no nunation. Okay, so al-maktabu maksurun. The desk is broken. Okay. Al-mudarrisu jadidun. So alif and lam, no nunation. Al-mudarrisu jadidun. Now there's nunation. There's no alif and lam here. Nisar, do you want to read a couple, inshallah? Okay. Nisar, I can hear you.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. So
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
so
Okay, brother. Okay, please read number 3 and number 4.
al-kamisun wa wasmizun
Wasikhun.
wasikhun.
Yeah. Al-qamisu wasikhun. The shirt is wasikhun. It's what? It's dirty.
Wasikhun. Okay.
You can kind of remember what the meaning of wasikhun is, like when something dirty touches somebody, or they don't like something, they go ich. They go like that. So wasikhun. Sometimes you can remember words like that. So the shirt is dirty. Okay. And what's the next one here? Al-labanu.
Al-labanu, the milk. Al-labanu baridun.
Baridun.
Baridun. Hot.
Baridun.
Cold.
Right?
Milk
Cold, right? So the milk is cold. Okay, let's try a couple more, inshallah.
Al-masjidu. Al-masjidu
Maftuhun.
Maftuhun.
What does that mean?
Um,
Al-masjidu maftuhun.
Maftu means far.
No, maftuha means open.
Open. Okay.
Open, yeah. Have you ever heard of the word miftah?
Miftah. No.
Key. Miftahun. We took that word in the previous lessons. Miftahun is a key, right?
Okay.
It's the device used to open. Miftahun comes from the verb fataha, which is to open. Okay, yeah. So al-masjidu maftuhun. So the masjid is open. Okay, what's the next one here?
Al-hajiru.
Al-hajaru.
Al-hajaru kabiru. Kabirun is big.
Kabirun. Al-hajaru kabirun. So the rock is,
Big.
yes, the rock is big. Do you know what the opposite, the ضد, it's called ضد, the opposite of kabirun is in Arabic?
Small. Asaru.
Saghirun.
Oh, sagirun. Sagirun.
Yeah, saghirun. Kabirun, saghirun. Naam. Okay. Okay, so here we have the next one down. Al-labanu baridun wal-ma'u harun. Okay, the milk is cold and the water is
Hot.
harun. What's harun?
Hot.
Hot. Okay. Al-muhandisu. Al-muhandis is the engineer. Inshallah, I'm going to write all these new words and their plurals and the meanings, inshallah, in the notes for you guys. So you have them. So al-muhandisu jalisun. What's jalisun mean? When you're somebody's standing and then somebody's jalis. What's the opposite of standing?
Sitting.
Sitting, yeah. So al-muhandisu jalisun. The engineer is sitting. Wal-mudarrisu, and the teacher is waqifun. What is waqifun?
Standing.
Yes, the opposite of the ضد of jalis. Jalis sitting, waqifun standing. Okay. So al-qamaru. Al-qamaru. What's al-qamaru?
Al-qamar is the moon.
The moon. Ba'idun. Ba'idun. What is ba'id?
Very far. Far. Far.
Far, yeah. Al-mindilu nadhifun. What's al-mindil? We took this word in a lesson 1 or 2. Mindil. And the plural is manadilu. It's a handkerchief or a Kleenex. Okay, mindil. Okay, min al-mindilu nadhifun. Nadhifun is the ضد or the aks or the opposite of wasikhun. What was wasikhun again? What do we say the meaning of wasikhun was? Remember I said ich, wasikhun.
Dirty.
Dirty, mashallah. Okay, and the opposite of dirty is, or the opposite of wasikhun is nadhifun. So al-mindilu nadhifun, the handkerchief is nadhif. What's nadhif?
Clean.
Clean. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so just so you see here, everything with alif and lam, there's no nunation, no un. It's only u. Okay, and everything that has no alif and lam, there is nunation, un. Okay, now, and this is also teaching, we'll get into this later on, these are nominal sentences. These sentences begin with a noun. Okay, and nominal sentences consist of a subject, al-mubtada, and al-khabar, the predicate. So that's the pillars of a nominal sentence: the subject and the predicate. Al-mubtada'u and al-khabaru. Al-mubtada is the subject and al-khabaru is the predicate. So when we come here and we see al-maktabu, if we stopped there, is that a complete sentence? If I came up to you, Nisar, and I looked at you and I said, al-masjidu, this is the subject, al-masjidu. I said, the masjid. You would be waiting for the news from me, the khabar, the predicate. What about the masjid? I couldn't just look at you and say, al-masjidu, and then walk away. You would say, what is he talking about? He just came up to me and said, the masjid, and he didn't finish. What about it, right? So So here, al-masjidu maftuhun. That's the khabar, the news about the masjid that I'm trying to tell you is that it's open. The masjid's open, alhamdulillah, right? So, or al-hajaru, the rock. If I came up to one of you guys and I said, al-hajaru, the rock, you would all be like going, okay, what about it, right? So it's kabirun, it's big, or it's thaqilun, or it's heavy, right? Okay, so the nominal sentences begin with a noun, and the pillars of the nominal sentence is al-mubtada'u, the subject, and the al-khabar, the predicate, okay, which is the news about the subject. So you need these two to form the sentence, right? Now, al-qamaru, the moon. What about the moon? Ba'idun is far. Okay. Now, so these are complete sentences. Okay. Now, so getting to yeah, here we go. Great. Getting to this exercise. Okay. املأ الفراغ فيما يلي بوضع الكلمات المناسبة من الكلمات التالية. Okay, so complete each of the following sentences below using one of the words given below. Okay, so and by the way, in the WhatsApp group, I believe we provided the solutions to these exercises as well for you to benefit from. So the Arabic solutions are there. So if you get stuck on what to put in these spaces, the Arabic solutions are there. So okay, so al-hajaru, we said, is the rock. Okay, so we have to pick one of these words to go here. So right now these sentences are not complete. It's just the subject, the mubtada. The mubtada in Arabic is the subject. So these are nominal sentences. So this is al-jumlatul ismiya, a nominal sentence, which is a sentence that begins with a noun. Okay, we haven't got into verbs yet. Okay, so all these sentences, these are not complete sentences yet. We only have the subject. Al-hajru, al-qamaru, al-mindilu, al-babu, al-waraqu, al-labanu. Okay, but what about them? So here, these words here, we're going to insert the appropriate word into each line to make it a complete sentence that makes sense. Okay, it has to make sense. We can't just stick anything there. Right here, if we said, for example, al-hajj or al-qamaru maftuhun, the moon is open. You know, like that doesn't make any sense, right? So how is the moon open? That doesn't make sense. Okay, or al-labanu maftuhun, the milk is open. I guess if you're referring to the milk carton being open, okay, but here it's actually the milk itself. So how is milk itself open? That doesn't make sense. Okay, so let's do a couple together, or maybe half of them together. Anybody? Claire, you've participated before, inshallah. Would you like to give this a try, inshallah?
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Okay, if you don't mind, because for me it's still my reading, comprehending, but if you don't mind, like the words that we should fill in the blanks, if you
Read
could
those
just
out for
read,
you?
if you could just read those words out for me, yes.
Sure, no problem. Okay, so the first one is jamilun.
Jamilun,
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 and that jamilun, and that is like beautiful. Okay.
okay.
Wasikhun,
Wasihun,
dirty.
dirty,
Maftuhun, open.
open,
Okay.
okay.
Harun, hot.
Harum, okay.
Okay. Thaqilun, heavy. Ugh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Khafifun, light.
Hafifun, light, okay.
Yeah, light is in like the opposite of heavy, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so
Hmm.
you want to start with this one, inshallah? Al-hajaru.
Al-Hajaru.
Okay, what do you remember what al-hajaru means?
Wasn't it the horse or the donkey?
No, al-hajaru is the rock.
Oh, the rock. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Al-Hajaru is heavy.
Okay, yeah. Now you got to find the Arabic word for heavy.
The rock is heavy.
So right here.
Yeah, that's what I think when I'm trying to sort it out.
Uh-huh.
But the why can't I sound it out?
No, you were right the first time. Tha. Yeah. Thaqi.
Taki.
This is a lamb.
Taki.
Thaqilun.
Takilun.
Yeah,
Takilun.
thaqilun.
Takilun.
Yeah. So how do you say it all together?
Al-Hajaru. Takilun.
Right. Al-hajaru thaqilun. That's a complete sentence and it makes sense. The rock is thaqilun, heavy. The rock is heavy. Now, okay, let's do the second one together, inshallah. Al-bab. Yeah.
Al-Babun. Is it Al-Babun?
Al-babu.
Al-Babu, the
Al-bab.
door, I would
Yeah,
say is open.
right.
Al-Babu. Open. Hmm. It will be this one. No,
Which one?
the third one.
This one here.
Yeah, Hafi. Yeah, the third one.
Yes, you're correct.
Hafi.
Nope. The meme here.
Ma.
Maf.
Is it ma? Ma. Okay, ma. I'm going back to my notes, but it's not helping
No
me.
problem. No problem. Maftuhun.
Maftuhun. Maftuhun.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all together, how do you say?
Maftuhun. Babun. Al-Babun.
Al-babu.
Al-Babu. Al-Babu. Maftuhun. Maftuhun.
Hun. Correct. Yeah. So al-babu maftuhun. So you know, mashallah. So like you're making complete sentences now. So when you go to the masjid or when you're walking around your house, just say al-babu maftuhun. Just get used to saying that. Al-babu maftuhun. The door is open. Okay. Okay. And you know, you learn the word thaqilun is heavy. So you just, any vocabulary you get, you know, you say, oh, this is thaqilun or this is khafifun. Now, okay, let's do one more together here. Okay. So al-qamaru.
Al-Kamaru.
Uh-huh.
That's first one.
So you used maftuhun already. You used
Yeah.
thaqilun already. Wasikhun means dirty. Harun means hot. Khafifun means light.
Al-Qamarun.
And then you have this one here. What's this word here? Jamilun.
Jamihun.
Jamilun. Jamilun.
Jamilun.
So is
Jamilun
like beautiful,
meaning
beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah. So al-qamaru.
Al-Qamaru Jamilun.
Al-qamaru jamilun. Naam. So now you can start using the word jamil or using the word qamar when you're outside or something, or you go go to the masjid, say al-masjidu jamilun.
Jamil.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Al-qamaru jamilun. Now.
Okay.
Okay. Now. Okay. Anybody else want to do the last three here? Inshallah, we'll move on. Al-waraqu. Al-waraqu, the paper is the paper thaqilun? Is it heavy? No, it's
Light. It's Harirun.
khafifun.
Hafifun. Okay.
Khafifun, yeah. Al-waraqu khafifun. The paper is light. Okay, so now we've used jamil, we've used maftuh, we've used thaqil, heavy, we've used khafif. We only have two left, wasikhun and harun. Al-mindilu. Who can tell me what al-mindilu means? It's that thing you have in your pocket and you blow your nose.
Would it be handkerchief then?
Yes, yes. So al-mindilu is the handkerchief and the plural is manadilu. Al-mindilu is the handkerchief. What about the mindil? Is it wasikhun or is it harun?
Wasihun.
Wasikhun. Yeah, like ich. Remember ich, that it's
Wasihun
dirty.
dirty.
Yeah, so al-mindilu wasikhun. Okay. The mindil, the handkerchief, is dirty. And then last one is al-labanu.
Labanu would be milk.
Yes.
Is that cold?
Hot.
Hot, okay.
Harun.
Harun.
Harun. And there's a shadda there. So you say harun. Okay. Al-labanu harun. Though the milk is hot. Now, okay. Okay, so this is the next exercise. املأ الفراغ فيما يلي بوضع كلمة مناسبة. Fill in the blank in each of the following sentences with a suitable word. Okay, so you're learning all these new words here and from the previous lessons. So you should have some tools to insert a word in here. Okay, so blank, nadhifun, something is clean. Something is maksurun, something is broken. Something is baridun, cold. Something is qaribun, close. Something is ba'idun, far. Something is waqifun, standing. Something is jalisun, or someone is jalisun. Something is kabirun. Jalisun is sitting, right? Something is kabirun, something is big. Something is qadimun, something is old. Something is jadidun, something is new. Okay, so we have to insert the right words in here. For example, we just said the mindil is dirty, right here. The mindil is dirty, so we could just use that same word here. Al-mindilu nadhifun. The handkerchief is clean. Okay, maksurun. Any word you know pretty much that we've learned so far, you could probably insert in here. For example, al-qalamu. The pen is maksurun, or al-maktabu is maksurun. The desk is maksur. Or al-babu maksurun. So the door is broken. Okay, you could say that. Maybe it got broke somehow. So you have to use some of the words that you've learned to fill in the blanks here. For example, let's do a couple here. Baridun, nisar. What could we put here? Baridun.
Baridun is what does baridun means?
Baridun.
Oh, I know.
You remember?
Al-yom baridun, today is cold.
So what did you say? The what was the first word?
Al-yom, today.
Al-yom baridun. Did you say al-yom?
Al-yom means today.
Yeah, yes. Today, baridun. Al-yom. You would say like al-jo, the weather. Baridun,
Okay, okay.
right? Yeah. So the weather is cold, okay? Or al-labanu, baridun. Al-ma'u, the water, baridun. Okay. Now, great. Okay, mashallah. Okay, Claire or anybody else want to do one? Kabirun. Here, kabirun, big. What can we put here?
Samak kabirun.
You could say house, Baytun or
Yeah,
Baytu.
yeah.
The
Al-baytu.
Al-Baytu Kabirun, right?
Kabirun. The house is, what about it? It's big.
Big.
Yeah, mashallah. Okay. Or if you said baytun kabirun, that means a big house, right? Naam. So what about this one? Claire, do this one here. Jalisun. Jalis means sitting. So who is sitting?
Can I use a word that I knew before?
Sure.
As in bint? Is it bint sister or something like that?
Yeah, bint is like daughter.
Daughter, al bint. Al
Al-bintu.
Al bintu.
Uh-huh.
Jalisun.
Jalisun. Okay, so just because this is so al-bintu is it male or female?
Would be female.
Female, right? So
Yeah.
the word jalisun is actually mudhakkar. Mudhakkar means male.
Male.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So you would say, for example, al-waladu, the
Al
boy,
waladu. Boy. Okay.
jalisun.
Al waladu. Jalisun.
Jalisun. Okay. But if you said bint, al-bintu jalisatun.
Jalisatun.
Yeah, you would change, you would add that little ta called ta marbota at the
Okay.
end because you're talking about a female.
Yeah.
Yes, right. So but you're on the right track. So you change the words around depending on who you're talking about or what you're talking about, the gender of what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay, so you want to go back into your notes and put the appropriate words in these blanks, inshallah.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so here's some al-kalimatul jadidatu. Al-kalimatul jadidatu. Okay, so I'm gonna read the words out and you guys tell me what the translations are. Okay, al-qamaru. Al-qamaru. What's al-qamaru?
Moon.
The moon. The moon. Okay. Maksurun. What's maksurun? Maksur.
The
Broken.
broken.
Broken. Yeah, maksurun. Remember, because we went, if you look up here, where was it? All the way up here somewhere. Al-kursi maksurun. Right here, the same word. Maksur, look at the chair, it's broken. Okay, so maksurun is broken. Okay, so come back down here, inshallah. So you guys are at the level right now of you trying to memorize and learn the new words and try to retain them, inshallah, because it'll help you when you're forming your sentences. Okay, so jamilun, what does jamilun mean?
Beautiful.
Yes, right, beautiful or handsome, right? Okay, let's do this one here. صغير.
Small. صغير.
نعم. مفتوح.
Broken. Open.
Open. مفتوح. And then you guys again, you guys learn the word مفتاح, key. Doesn't مفتاح and مفتوح kind of sound familiar? Like they kind of sound the same, right? Not familiar. They kind of sound the same. مفتاح, مفتوح. Okay, so مفتوح means open. مفتاح means a device used to open something, a key, right? And they all come from the root fataha, to open. Okay, now qadimun. Who can tell me what qadimun means? Qadimun. It's very qadimun. That building is qadimun. Old. Okay, qadimun, and the opposite of qadim is jadid. Jadidun is new. Qadimun is old. Okay, so these are the new words. Okay, so here we're going to get into al-huruf al-shamsiyah here. Al-huruf al-shamsiyah, the solar letters. Okay, so we said about the solar letters. Okay, so if an alif and lam is before the solar letters, then you don't pronounce the lam when you're reading it. Okay, so for example, let's zoom in a little bit more. This word here, najmun, the noon here is from the solar letters, al-huruf al-shamsiyah, the solar letters or the sun letters, the noon is. And then here, we have an alif and lam before the noon here. So what do we do with it? Do we say al-najmu? No, we say an-najmu. And we covered this actually in the first level. So and what helps us with this, we see the shadda, that you just skip over the lam and go right to the shadda. An-najmu, an-najmu. Okay, you don't say al-najmu, right? Okay, and here rajulun, you don't say al-rajulu, you say ar-rajulu, ar-rajulu, and the shadda helps you realize that as well. You just go, oh, there's a shadda on the ra. Okay, I don't pronounce the lam. Ar-rajulu. But sometimes, eventually, when you guys get even more experience, those shaddas won't be written there, because it will just be assumed that you know what the huruf al-shamsiyah, the solar, and the huruf al-qamariyah, and the solar and the lunar letters are. Okay, Dikun. How would we read this one, Claire? Claire? Dikun. And then, pardon me? Yeah. So we have the word dikun, dikun, and now an alif and lam is entered upon this word dikun. Okay. Do you say al diku or do you say ad diku? Which one
Adiko.
do you think? The
Adiko.
second one?
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Adiko.
Because the dal is from the solar or sun letters, and also you can see there's a shadda here. Adiku. Okay, and look at there's no nunation here. It's just u. You don't say adikun. Okay, brother Nisar, talibun, talibun, and then what would you say here?
Talibun at
Yes, at-talibu. Brother Nisar, is there any way to make your microphone a little bit louder? So so talibun at-talibu. Great. Okay. Okay, let's read a couple of these together, inshallah, and we can move along. I was trying to finish this lesson with you guys. I'll also make the audio clip for you guys as usual, so you can go back through the lesson. For example, when you come here, I'll send you the audio file. النجم بعيد الرجل واقف السكر حلو الطالب مريض. Okay, so I'll read these out for you guys in the audio file so you have them and you can go over them, how to pronounce, and then read them yourself as well, inshallah. Okay, so I'll pick. Okay, Claire, yes, go ahead. You have a question?
Last week, did you send the audio file? Because I looked for it and I only could review the lesson online, like the YouTube, but not the audio.
Yeah, lesson 2, read along with audio. So I'm
Okay.
pretty sure I sent that in the class, but I can send it again, inshallah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. No problem. Did you guys do the case worksheet that I asked?
I have to admit, I looked at it. I could not print it from the class.
Okay.
So I could not do the writing of it.
Oh, okay.
Right. Because you had asked us to do the writing. And every
Yes.
time I click, because like I said, I didn't have any other thing but from the YouTube, and I didn't know
Right.
how to print from YouTube. So if you could,
Oh,
I was thinking if we had the PDF
right. Because
formatted that one.
I uploaded the document as well to the classroom, the Word document.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then that case sheet is actually in there.
So is that in the WhatsApp group or is it in?
Yes.
Okay, that's where I didn't go. Okay, I'll go back
Yeah,
there then.
so it's in there.
Last week was busy with lots of Eid greetings and stuff, so probably I hope I didn't delete it.
Oh, okay.
I hope not.
I'll
I don't delete a lot of things, but there was a lot of greetings in the chat, and I would read the greetings, delete, delete, delete. But okay, I'll go back and
no
check.
problem.
Okay.
Yeah, just let me know, or I'll just upload it, inshallah. Brother Nisar, did you happen to do the key sheet? Okay, can't hear you, Brother Nisar. Yes, Sister Claire, you have a question?
No, I was just putting my hand down. Thank you.
Oh, okay. It just said raised. It's
Yeah.
okay, inshallah.
I didn't lower it. Oh, okay, I'll lower it.
Sorry, I couldn't do it.
Oh, Brother Nisar, you're back. Okay. Did you say that you did the sheet or no?
No, sorry.
Okay, so try to do the sheet because it's important, inshallah. Trains you on the different cases and stuff. So okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna ask you guys to read one sentence each, inshallah, and then we're gonna move on. I wanted to try to get through this lesson before class is over, inshallah. if we can. So let's do this one, Brother Nisar.
Adda,
Adaf,
Adaptaru,
Adaftaru, yes. The notebook. What about the notebook?
Adaptaru Zadidu. The notebook is new.
Yeah, Jadidun. Adaftaru. What about the daftar? What is the notebook? What about it? Jadidun. It's new. The daftaru, Jadidun. Okay, Sister Claire. What about this one here?
Oh, how far,
Al-ta,
far,
Al-talibu.
atalibu,
Uh-huh.
ma,
Mari, naam.
Mari,
Bun.
Mari. Where's the bun here though? I'm trying to
Bun.
look.
This is a dod. The dod.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Maridun.
Well, Maribun. Okay.
Yes.
Maribun.
So At-talibu
Atalibu,
maridun.
atalibu, marirun.
Yeah. At-talibu
Marirun.
maridun. The student is, what's marid? Maridun mean? Sick.
Sick. Okay.
Yeah,
Marirun.
yeah. So I'm going to make sure that you guys have all these words, the vocabulary for all these words and the translations for them. So you can memorize them and with their meanings, inshallah, and the pronunciation. So here this exercise right here is to show you, like here we have noon, sin, dal, ta, a wow, a ta,
Oh,
a ta, a dal, a dal, a ta, a ra. So we have an alif and lam that's coming before all of these letters. So do you read the lam when you're reading, or do you skip over it? So all of these, an-najmu, you skip over the lam. As-sukkaru, you skip over the lam. Ad-diku, you skip over the lam. Tajiru ghaniyun. The merchant is rich. Okay. Al waladu faqirun. So here you actually pronounce the lam because the wow is not from the huruf al-shamsi. It's not from the solar letters or the sun letters. So there's no, and you can see there's no shadda there as well. So al waladu faqirun. The boy is poor. Okay. At-tufahatu ladhidhun. Okay, the apple is delicious. Okay, at-tabibu tawilun wal-mudarrisu qasirun. So the doctor is tall and the teacher is qasir, is short. Okay, now, so again, I will read these out and I'll give the translations too. I will just, the audio file, I'll just say, you know, exercise, whatever, and I will say, an-najmu ba'idun, the star is far, okay? Ar-rajulu waqifun, the man is standing, okay? So I'll do it like that for you guys, and you can listen to the audio and go back, inshallah, and make the lesson even more thorough, bi'idhnillah, by the permission of Allah. اقرأ واكتب مع ضبط أواخر الكلمات. Read and write each of the following words, vocalizing the last letter. Okay, so let's go Claire Nisar. Okay, so Claire, read the first word. Remember to pronounce the last vowel on each word. Okay, read the first word and then Nisar read the second.
Al-babu,
Al-babu. Great. You don't say al-babun, right? Because of the alif and lam. Great. Good job. Good job. So al-babu, Claire pronounced the lam because the ba is not from the solar letters. So, and there's no shadda there. So you don't say abbabu, you say al-babu. Okay, Brother Nisar. Oh, you're muted again. For some reason, it keeps muting you. Okay. Oh, he left. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Brother Nisar, are you back?
Naam.
Okay.
Asa.
Atta.
Attajiru.
Attajiru. Okay, great. Claire?
Oh.
And and najmu.
An-najmu.
And najmu. Okay.
Najmu.
Nisar?
When you see the round thing, it's all stop there, right? Al Kamaru.
Al-qamaru. Aha. Sister Claire? So you want to skip over the lam to the dal. So
Adiku.
adiku. Great. Mashallah. Adiku. Naam. Okay. Nisar?
Al-Ma'u.
Al-ma'u. Okay. Okay, and Sister Claire, you can do this one right here underneath al-ma'u. Do this one here and then we can move on, inshallah.
Al.
Okay, yeah.
Is that a wa?
Yeah, it's a wow. Yeah.
Oh, al-wa. Ra.
Yeah, al-wara.
Kaf.
Qaf.
Kaf. Al-wara kaf. Yeah.
No. The letter
Not,
is the
it's
letter is qaf, but
yeah.
there's a dhamma on there. So how would you say that? Al-wara.
Kun.
Al-waraqu.
Ku. Okay. Al-wara ku.
Yeah. And you can't say
Al-wara ku.
al-waraqun because of the alif and lam, right?
Alif and lam. Yeah. Al-wara ku.
Yeah.
Right. Al-wara
Yeah.
ku.
So we have as-sariru, al-baytu, al-masjidu, al-rajulu, as-sukkaru, al-waraqu. So we have some words you read the lam and some words you don't read the lam, but it all depends on what letter is followed or comes after the lam. That dictates whether you read the lam or not. Okay, so here we have another exercise here. املأ الفراغ فيما يلي بوضع or بوضع كلمات مناسبة. Fill in the blank of each of the following sentences with a suitable word. So this is the same, and you can go. Here's like the Arabic solutions. Here, look at this. This is for lesson 3 that we're on. The Arabic solutions I provided before. So look at we did jamilun, wasikhun, maftuhun. Remember we did that together. So the answers here: al hajaru thaqilun. الباب مفتوح القمر جميل الورق خفيف. Okay, so we have all of the answers here. Okay, so yeah, Just 1 second, please. Okay, so here we have all the Arabic solutions to the exercises. So this can help you if you get stuck. You can go here and this will help you out, inshallah. So here we got to where do we get to here? Let's make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Okay, so this is where we are right now. Ghaniyun. Okay, so let's go over here. So here we're at, oh, ghaniyun. Once you get the meaning of ghaniyun, it's rich. Maridun is sick. Tawilun is tall. Hulwun, sweet. Ladhidun, delicious. Qasirun, short. Okay, so we go to the solutions, but you want to try to do it on your own before you go to here. But at-tajiru ghaniyun, or you could, the merchant is rich, or you could say ar-rajulu ghaniyun, the man is rich. Okay, or you could say Muhammadun ghaniyun, Muhammad is rich. Okay, as-sukkaru, sugar is sweet. Okay, al-waladu maridun, okay, the boy is sick. Okay, or ar-rajulu maridun. Okay, so here you just got to understand what ghaniyun, maridun, tawilun, qasirun, ladidun, and hulwun mean. You got to understand what those meanings are, and then from the vocabulary you have learned so far, you just insert the appropriate word, inshallah. Okay, so that's how you do that exercise, inshallah. So ideally you guys are printing out these books so you can actually get a pencil and fill these out, inshallah, and complete all the exercises, because that will really help you out. So here we have on this exercise, اختر كلمة من القائمة با. So choose a word from this column, ba. Okay, okay, تناسب الكلمة التي في القائمة ألف. Okay, so basically you're drawing a line here. What words go together here? What words go together? And again, if you get stuck, here we have, it tells you like at-talibu is one, and it goes here, maridun. Okay, so this is a complete sentence. 1, 1. Okay, then you have 2. Where's the other 2? Maftuhun, right? Ad-dukkanu, the store or the shop. Maftuhun. Okay, here at-tufahu. What about at-tufah? Let's look around here. It's number 3 here. So let's look. Oh, here's 3 right here. So at-tufahu ladhidun. Okay, the apple is delicious. So you can come to this solution book and help get you the answers, but again, try not to rely on it. So here, just draw a line. At-talibu, what about the talib? Is the student delicious, broken, heavy, open, sick, or hot? Oh, sick, right? At-talibu maridun. So you just draw a line or an arrow to maridun. Al-qalamu, the pen. Is the pen delicious? Is the pen broken? Is it heavy? Is it open? Is it sick? Is it hot? Sounds like it would be maksurun. It would be broken. So al-qalamu maksurun. You draw a line there. So that's how you do that exercise. Okay. Now, and here are the new words. Okay, inshallah, which I'll provide in the notes with the translations and the pronunciation for you guys, inshallah. And this is what we were going over. Okay, the al-huruf al-qamariyya wal-huruf al-shamsiyya. Okay, the moon letters and the sun letters. Okay, so here's a list. Here's a list. They give you the list actually right here. So all the huruf al-qamariyya, and they give you an example. Alif, al-abu. Okay, ba, al-babu. Jim, al-jannatu. Okay, ha, al-himaru. Kha, al-khubzu. Ain, al-ainu. Okay, and I'll read all of these out for you in the audio file, inshallah. So this column right here, al-huruf al-qamariya, the lunar or sun or the moon letters, you actually pronounce the lam out of all these, and you want to focus. This alif here is telling you what the letter is that's coming after the alif and lam. Every word here has an alif and lam attached to it, right? Every word begins with L, right? So, and you pronounce the lam in every one of these words because of the letter that follows that lam. Here, the letter that follows that lam is an alif, is a ba, is a jim, is a ha, is a kha, is an ain, is a ghain, is a fa, qaf, kaf, mim, wow, ha, yeah. Okay, so all of these letters here, if they are preceded by an alif and lam, you pronounce the lam. Okay, and the opposite here is true. Okay, so all of these letters, ta, tha, dal, thal, ra, zay, sin, shin, sad, dad, ta, tha, lam, nun. If any of these letters here are preceded by alif and lam, then you don't read the lam. Okay, so this is important to focus on. Okay, so like right here you have an alif and lam, but this is a ta that's following. So at-tajiru, you don't say al-tajiru, you say at-tajiru. Athawbu, what I'm wearing, or this is a thobe. Okay, you could also refer to as a shirt. So athawbu, okay, you don't say al-thawbu, you say athawbu. And again, the shadda on here helps you realize that. Okay, you see the after the lam on all these letters, there's no shadda. On the next letter, there's no shadda. There's no shadda. Here there is. Athawbu, ad-diku, al-dhahabu. You don't say al-dhahabu, al-dhahabu. Ar-rajulu, not al-rajulu, it's ar-rajulu. Okay, and so on. See, as-sadru. You don't say al-sadru, it's as-sadru. Al-talibu, not al-talibu, al-talibu. Okay, al-lahmu, the meat. Okay, so you don't say al-lahmu. Okay, it's al-lahmu. Okay, well, here is a lamb anyways, it begins with a lamb, almost sounds the same, but an-najmu. Okay, you don't say al-najmu, it's an-najmu. Okay, so these are the huruf al-shamsiyya wal-qamariyya. Okay, so this is quite important to know. Any of these letters, if they're preceded by a alif and lam, do you read the alif or do you read the lam? In this case, no. If any of these letters are preceded by alif and lam, do you read the lam? Yes, you do. Okay. Now, so here, read the following words and write them down, bearing in mind the rule regarding the sun and moon letters. Okay. So here, so what you're going to do here is, yeah, you're going to read this word out and then you're going to write it out. Okay, and you're going to write them down. Al-baytu, ad-diku, al-mudarrisu, al-babu. You can see al-babu. I'm pronouncing the lam. Okay, at-talibu. I'm not pronouncing the lam here because the ta is from what? It's from the huruf al-shamsiyya here, right here, ta. Okay, so, and going back, as-sukkaru. You don't say al-sukkaru, you say as-sukkaru. Why? That's from the huruf al-shamsiyya, the scene right here. As-samaku. Okay, and again, the shadda gives it away. This shadda helps you remember what is a sun letter and a moon letter. Right now they have the shadda here for you, so you know, okay, I don't pronounce the lam when reading this word. Okay, so al-ka'batu, So the Kaaba, right? So there's no shadda here. You don't say Kaaba, Kaabatu or something. No, al-Kaabatu. Now, so and I'll read all of these for you in the audio file, bi'idhnillah. Okay, so points to remember. We already did this already. Alhamdulillah, at the beginning, we talked about the ma'rifa and nakira, the definite and indefinite. This is definite. Alif and lam, a word that's alif and takes alif and lam. It doesn't have the nunation al-baytu, and the word that doesn't have an alif and lam has the nunation baytun. Now, okay. And we studied all of this, alhamdulillah. So you have some of the words that are in the lesson that have been translated here, but I'll make sure every word is gathered along with its plural, inshallah, and the translation and the pronunciation to help you guys along. So the audio file should prove really beneficial to you guys when you go back over. You can read along. Hit pause, try to pronounce yourself, rewind, that'll help you along, inshallah. Just try your best to keep up with the exercises. You should print these books off so you're actually writing it down, unless you have a notebook and you're just rewriting it down that way. But if you keep up with your exercises and your memorization, even just make little sticky notes around the house, put on your door, babun, okay, even get a rock from outside and put a little sticky note, hajarun or something like that, and then eventually you learn the word, you just take the sticky note away, and then you've memorized the word. Khalas, it's like in your mind, So these are little tricks to help you memorize, inshallah. Okay, so this is lesson 4. So we are actually, alhamdulillah, we covered a lot today. So we went over again the ma'rifa and nakira, the definite and indefinite. Brother or sister Claire, can you just tell me like some points about the definite and indefinite words? Like what do you understand from what we learned? Definite and indefinite. Oh, most welcome. Afwan, most welcome. Do I hope I don't have you muted. Oh, I do. I don't know why this is happening.
With the definite, okay. With the definite, you have the prefix before the noun, right? And the indefinite.
When it's definite, yeah, you wouldn't have the nunation, right?
Yeah, you won't have the nunation, but you'll have a prefix before, right?
Yeah, you would say can you give me an example?
I'm thinking of the word book.
Okay.
Which is is it Kalibu?
Kitabun.
Kitabun. Okay, so a book is kitabun, and
okay.
a book is al-kitabu. So the definite article is the prefix al-kitabu.
Yeah. So you have
book, right? Al-kitabu.
Al-kitabu. So if alif and lam is attached to it, then there's no nunation. So you say al-kitabu, right? And then
that's the book.
The book, yeah.
The book, and that's definite.
That's definite, right?
Yeah, and then a book, kitabun.
Kitabun, yeah. And the nunation exists.
That's indefinite.
Indefinite, great. Yeah, because even in English, when you translate it, a book, that's not, yeah, it's just a book, right? It's not definite. But you say the book, then you're talking about a specific book, so it's definite. So yeah, good job, mashallah. So that was the main, meat of the lesson about definite, indefinite. Has alif and lam, you don't say un, or in. Okay, if it doesn't have an alif and lam, you can say an, un, or in, depending on its placement in the sentence. So then we learned about the subject and the predicate, right? The al-mubtada, the subject, and al-khabar, the predicate. So when you say al-kitabu, that's the subject. It needs the predicate. It needs the khabar. What about al-kitabu? Mufidun, for example, beneficial. Or al-kitabu thaqilun, the book is heavy, for example. So you have to have a subject and a predicate for a nominal sentence, okay? And then we learned about the al-huruf al-shamsiya, the solar or sun letters, and al-huruf al-qamariya, the lunar or moon letters. So if a certain letter has an alif and lam before it, you either pronounce the lam in reading, or you don't pronounce, depending on if it's a sun letter or a moon letter. Okay, so and then if it has a shadda on it, the letter after the lam, then you'll know that you don't pronounce the lam. Now, Claire, you have a question?
I'm just thinking now, I know you're reviewing, but I was looking at the quick list for the last page, 27. I think it's opposites, tall, short. Tall, short instead of port.
The where
Rich,
the
rich,
oh
rich
yes,
port.
yeah. It looks like there was a typo there in the
Okay, yes.
the book there. Yeah, it's not, definitely not port. Yeah,
Sure.
short for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, thanks for catching that. Yeah, so and then there was a lot of new words you know, in this lesson. And next lesson, inshallah, we're going to get into they're called prepositions, huruf al-jar, prepositions. So I won't go too deep into it now, but there's some or the prepositions, they make the word after it take a kasra. They take a kasra. So this is what why the case sheet is so important, because we're used to everything being oo or un, right? So that's a nominative, or marfu'. That's the case, is marfu', meaning nominative. It takes a dhamma, an oo, or an un. Okay, that's what we're used to seeing right now. But in the case sheet I gave you guys, it gets you to write, you know, kitabun, kitaban, kitabin, because a word's ending can change depending on its placement in the sentence, depending on if there's something before it that's affecting it in some way. So like we have right here, this is just a quick little touch on this before we end the class, inshallah. Like we have the word al-baytu. Okay, so al-baytu kabirun, the house is big. Okay, but when you add another factor, an element into the sentence, it could affect the words ending in some way. So here we have a preposition called fi. Fi means in. Okay, so fi is a preposition and it affects the word. So it changes the word from the nominative case to take a kasra. So instead of al-baytu, it becomes al-bayti, fil bayti. So this kasra is here, it's existing here because fi is affecting this word, okay? Just like ala. So al-maktabu, ala al-maktabi. Ala makes the word after it take a kasra. Okay, so we'll get into that inshallah next week, inshallah. So this is helpful because when you're reading the Quran, you'll see that. You'll see, oh, there's a kasra here, there's a fatha here, there's a dhamma here, and all of those vowels and endings are there for a grammatical reason in the sentence. Why this kasra is here is because there's something before that word causing that kasra to exist. Or why is there a fatha here? Because there's something before that word that's causing that kasra or that fatha to exist. Okay, so the next lesson will be about prepositions in Arabic, prepositions, inshallah. And it's not too heavy of a lesson, inshallah. Just basically preposition makes the word after it take a kasra. That's it, really. But we'll get into it, and we'll do some exercises together, bi'idhnillah. So we'll stop here. Alhamdulillah, I'm happy that we got through this lesson. Lesson 3 was kind of a longer lesson, but I will provide you the notes and the audio files, inshallah, and that will help you do this. But please try to do the exercises and put in this work, inshallah, because it will pay dividends in the end, inshallah, especially when you start climbing the the ladder of the levels, and you get, to the next, book, level 2 and level 3. Then, when you start opening the Quran, it starting to make sense. The meanings start to jump out at you, but you gotta put in the hard work, inshallah. So but you're doing the first step, alhamdulillah, you're attending. So just keep with it, and keep trying to memorize the new vocabulary and work through it. And again, message me anytime in our WhatsApp group. If you have a question, DM me. If you want to ask it in front of everybody, private message me or something like that. If you have a question, you don't understand something or some concept, and no question is silly. No question. Oh, I know he explained this 100 times. I can't possibly ask him again to explain that. Please just ask. No question is silly. Because I want to help you guys get better and better and get through this, inshallah. I think somebody said something. Okay, afwan, alhamdulillah. Okay, so we will stop here, inshallah, and look for the notes and everything in the group, inshallah. If I don't get to it today, inshallah, I hope to upload it by tomorrow, bi'idhnillah, and I'll see you guys next week. Take care of yourselves and your families. Enjoy this Sunday, and we'll see you guys next week, inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you.
You're welcome, sister. Alaikum salam, brother Nisar.